Unlike Visual Basic 6, because by default the forms are not resizable and you have to write code, instead of that you could actually use scroll bars. If I select my form and on the scroll bar enable, for example, both, and I could add some elements, let's say this item here, just to be visible. Okay. Now, if I run the form, of course, there is no scroll, and again, you cannot resize it. But instead of that, we have here a scroll height and a scroll width. For example, note that my form height is 30 pip. I could set the height something more, maybe 300, to get double. And for the width, because we have maybe, let's say 400 to be round, and I set the scroll width maybe 600 again to have less a bit. Alright, now if I run the form, I could actually use the scroll bars, and simply it is working. But how you could add your elements there? Of course, it is very easy. Just resize your form, add any elements you want, and resize any form you want now. Maybe something like that. Now let's run the form, and there it is. I could scroll. Another useful on the form, it is a startup position. By default, it is written center owner, which means every time if I run, it is on center of my screen, even if I move that close and run again. But I could set instead of that, owner, of course, depends on the application or screen, set Windows default or manual. If I set manual, now we have access for top and left. For example, I set 300 and 200. Alright, and let's run the form. Now 300 and 200. And again, Visual Basic using the TWIP, not the pixel. I heard some people saying that. It is wrong. The unity scale on Visual Basic, it is TWIP, which it is specified for the Visual Basic. Now let's change it. For example, instead of left 300 be 800 to be obvious. Run, and there it is. Now it is here.